Here's how much every Inter Milan player earns per season. Christian Aslani is the lowest paid, earning 1 million euros. Jan Aurel Bisek also pockets 1 million euros. Emil Audero is next, with 1.5 million euros. Davy Clayson brings in 2 million euros. Francesco Acerbi steps up with 2.8 million euros. Tajon Buchanan also earns 2.8 million euros. Carlos Augusto takes home 2.9 million euros. Matteo Darmian gets 3.2 million euros. Jan Sommer also secures 3.2 million euros. Denzel Dumfries makes 3.2 million euros as well. Stefano Sensi earns a bit more at 3.7 million euros. Marco Arnautovic is on 3.8 million euros. Alexis Sanchez takes home 4.6 million euros. Juan Cuadrado also takes home 4.6 million euros. Henrik Mkhitaryan makes 4.9 million euros. Davide Fratesi earns 5.2 million euros. Benjamin Pavard is at 6.4 million euros. Federico Di Marco slightly edges above with 6.5 million euros. Stefan de Vrij takes home 7 million euros. Marcus Thuram enjoys 7.6 million euros. Nicolo Barella is higher up with 9.3 million euros. Alessandro Bastoni earns 10.2 million euros. Hakan Çalhanoğlu secures 11.1 million euros. Lautaro Martinez tops the list as the highest paid player with 11.2 million euros. Here's how much every Juventus player earns per season. Paul Pogba is the lowest paid with 42,000 euros. This is after suspension, of course. Kenan Yıldız comes next with 560,000 euros. Samuel Eiling Jr. follows closely with 640,000 euros. Fabio Moretti steps up with 1.8 million euros. Andrea Cambiaso earns 1.8 million euros. Timothy Weah makes 2.5 million euros. Federico Gatti makes a little bit more, 2.6 million euros. Mattia De Sciglio takes home 2.8 million euros. Nicolo Fagioli, who's also suspended, makes 2.8 million euros. Filip Kostic makes 3.2 million euros. Weston McKennie also makes 3.2 million euros. Thiago Jalo makes 3.7 million euros. Moise Kean takes home 3.8 million euros. Arkadiusz Milik steps up with 4.5 million euros. Danilo takes home 5.1 million euros. Manuel Locatelli takes home 6.1 million euros. Daniele Rugani makes 6.5 million euros. Adrien Rabiot makes 9 million euros. Federico Chiesa makes 9.2 million euros. Bremer earns a heft 9.3 million euros. Alexandro gets 11.1 million euros. Wojciech Szczesny makes 12 million euros. And topping the list, Dusan Vlahovic is the highest paid with 13 million euros. Here's how much every Real Madrid player earns per season. Starting off, Nico Paz is the lowest paid, pocketing 400,000 euros. Joselu is next in line with 2.5 million euros. Andre Lunin follows closely with 2.8 million euros. Arda Güler earns a cool 5.2 million euros. Fran Garcia also makes 5.2 million euros. Brahim Diaz steps up with 7.3 million euros. Nacho Fernandez brings home 8.5 million euros. Kepa Arrizabalaga is next, taking home 9 million euros. Lucas Vasquez makes 9.4 million euros. Ferland Mendy earns 10.4 million euros. Dani Ceballos also earns 10.4 million euros. Dani Carvajal takes home 10.4 million euros. Eduardo Camavinga steps up with 12.5 million euros. Aurelien Tchouameni also makes 12.5 million euros. Rodrigo brings home 12.5 million euros. Antonio Rudiger has a sweet deal with 14.5 million euros. Eder Militão also makes 14.5 million euros. Thibaut Courtois gets 15 million euros. Federico Valverde steps it up with 16.7 million euros. Jude Bellingham earns a hefty 20.9 million euros. Vinicius Jr. also takes home 20.9 million euros. Luka Modric is next with 21.9 million euros. David Alaba makes 22.5 million euros. And topping the list, Toni Kroos is the highest paid with 24.4 million euros. Here's how much every Tottenham player earns per season. Starting off, Brandon Austin is the lowest paid, pocketing £390. Oliver Skipp is next in line with £2.1 million. Brian Gill also earns £2.1 million. Emerson Royal takes home £2.1 million. Mickey van de Ven earns a cool £2.6 million. Ryan Sessegnon follows closely with £2.9 million. Yves Bissouma also takes home £2.9 million. Manor Solomon is next, taking home £3.1 million. Pepe Sarr steps up with £3.7 million. Giovanni Lo Celso also gets £3.7 million. Brennan Johnson makes £3.7 million. Destiny Udogie follows closely with £3.9 million. Rodrigo Bentancur makes the same £3.9 million. Guglielmo Vicario takes home £3.9 million. Fraser Forster also gets £3.9 million. Ben Davies earns £4.2 million. Radu Dragusin is next in line with £4.4 million. Pedro Porro also makes £4.4 million. Richarlison steps up with £4.7 million. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg gets £5.2 million. Christian Romero earns a hefty £8.6 million. Timo Werner also earns £8.6 million. James Maddison follows closely with £8.9 million. And topping the list, Heung-min Son is the highest paid with £9.9 million. Here's how much every AC Milan player earns per season. Marco Sportiello is the lowest paid, earning €930,000. Yassine Adli makes €1 million. Malik Thiaw also earns €1 million. Antonio Mirante follows with €1.3 million. Matteo Gabbia makes €1.5 million. Filippo Terracciano makes €1.5 million. Tommaso Pobega takes home €1.9 million. Simon Kjaer also takes home €1.9 million. Tijani Reinders follows with €2.2 million. Pierre Kalulu makes €2.6 million. Yunus Musa takes home €2.6 million. Noah Okafor makes €2.6 million. Luka Jovic steps up with €3.2 million. Mike Maignan earns only €3.6 million. Davide Calabria gets €3.7 million. Mattia Caldara gets €4 million. Olivier Giroud makes €4.5 million. Fikayo Tomori earns €4.5 million. Samuel Chukwueze takes home €5.1 million. Theo Hernandez follows with €5.1 million. Christian Pulisic also takes home €5.1 million. Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets €5.1 million. Alessandro Florenzi is next with €5.5 million. Rafael Leao gets €6.4 million. Ismail Benacer tops the list as the highest paid player with €7 million.